Again, welcome to Wilson County TV, and thank you for joining us today as we talk about what happened last month in Wilson County. We have, of course, it's a very active county, as you well know, and broad when you think about the cities that we cover and the activities that are going on here. It is an exciting time, not only just in football, of course, we know that's the season that's going right now, but it's definitely exciting, the things that are happening here in all areas. We thank you for joining us today as well, and just hope you know that you can join us anytime on channel 198 Charter, 99 AT&T, also via Twitch and TV as it streams live there. Also, if you don't want to put that in, you can go to the Wilson County homepage and click on the link there, or it's always archived on YouTube. So as we talk about what's happened last month here, I do want to brag on Cumberland University. Their athletic director, Mr. Ron Pavlin, had called us and said, hey, we've having a coaching clinics for 60 coaches here that are at Cumberland University, and we want to do something there to kind of help out the county. And so we hooked him up with the Director of Operations, Robert Bain, and they went out and took care of 3 boat docks that we actually still service to keep open. The Corps owns those, but the county wanted to keep them open because the Corps was going to close them for lack of maintenance. The county decided, commission a few years ago, hey, we'll keep these open. That's Tyree Access, Riverview, and Dickerson Chapel. And so Coach Pavlin and his 60 coaches went out along with Mr. Robert Bain, and they got a couple of benches donated for each one of the boat docks from Mr. Tim Deffender for our health department, and they put those out. They clipped some limbs and did some weed eating, fixed up some trash and some leaves and stuff that were there. It really did a remarkable job. And so first of all, I just want to hats off to Cumberland University for being a great university with Dr. Stum, but also for Ron Pavlin there and working with those coaches. All those coaches actually work at Cumberland University. As we talked about it being an exciting time in Wilson County, economic development is really taking an uptick right now. There are several big announcements that are on the cusp of being mentioned. I can't mention those today, but really excited about those happening, and really are happening across the county in all 3 cities, and so we look forward to that. Thanks to Susan Shaw in our office has been working with a 3-star committee of community leaders across the county that have come together to establish 3 goals so that we could be a 3-star community. Those 3 goals were beautification, workforce development, and walkability. They applied for a grant for the workforce development and got that grant, winning a $50,000 grant that will help put together, with the direction of Miss Melanie Minter and the Lebanon Chamber, possibly use that for a liaison between education and workforce. So they're continuing to work out the kinks and bugs there, but hopefully that'll be a project that can come to fruition. And so we're excited about that, and we thank Melanie for her work. And again, it's not a done deal, of course. They did win the grant, and we'll use that in some way, but maybe it will all work together to make some good things happen. Had a chance as the RTA chair, the Regional Transit Authority chairman for the region of Middle Tennessee, to go down and listen to Ralph Schultz with the Chamber. And we talked a little bit as we listened to him talk about how growth is expected to happen here in Wilson County, as well as in Austin, Texas, over the next little bit. And he talked about the forecast of that 6 to 7 years worth of growth, he felt like, just because of workforce development. That was a #1 draw right now in our area of bringing people here. The average age of that workforce development person right now is probably around 29 years of age, he said. It was interesting to hear that they come to this area for work, then they look to the surrounding areas to figure out where they want to live. And he listed 4 different areas that they really look at. #1, education. Again, is their #1 look when they want to decide where they want to live at. And we thought it was interesting, and I think it's a great time to point out that our superintendent, Dr. Donna Wright, was superintendent of the state. That's 145 districts that she competed against for that, and so congratulations to her for that. Next, I think it's fitting to name that we had 12 out of 21 reward schools this time in our district, and so hats off to them. And then, of course, we were one of 20 districts out of 145 that was exemplary in their status, and that they achieved all of their goals. That was a benchmark there by the state. And so education has really done a tremendous job here. North Greenhill, while we're on it, is still continuing to move on in progress, and we're glad that Gladeville Middle now is up and running well as they start this year. But education is where they look first. The next place that they go to is they look for low cost of living. It says they look for quality of life, and then they want to feel safe. And so that, I believe, is another good reason on why Wilson County continues to grow, because that we hammer out on all four of those areas. As we look towards last month, we are saddened that we will lose Mr. Michael McPherson to Robertson County as their Veteran Service Officer. He's done a tremendous job here for us, been a very bright star for us and the veterans. But he's going to get a chance to not have to drive every day from Robertson County to Wilson County. I know he's happy about that. He's going to get to work in his own hometown, and so we're excited for him there. Miss Lindsay and Miss Shari over at the Veteran Service Offices will continue to provide and service our veterans. As a matter of fact, we have this September the 20th, we have a POW event that's going to happen over there where they're going to honor those. And so look for you to maybe having a chance to come to that event on September the 20th at 9 o'clock. I believe is the right time for that one. But they'll continue to service the veterans, and we have posted that Veteran Service Officer job, and will be posted for 30 days, and then we'll kind of go along the same process we did the last time, as we put a committee together to do some hiring, and then those that end up in our final numbers as far as veterans candidates will be presented or make a presentation to the veterans and allow them to kind of have a say-so and a vote in that. And so we look forward to finding a replacement for Michael, and we wish him well as he gets to stay a little closer to home. We had a great fair, as you remember, and great weather, second largest attendance. Thanks to all the volunteers that really made that fair happen, because that's where the rubber meets the road, you may say. The executive committee did a great job in their leadership there. And I'd like to thank Quentin Smith and all of his staff for having the ag grounds ready for the fair as it came in, and then quickly turning it around as there was a saddle club show and a horse show right after that that took event that they had to tear down and get it cleaned out and get it ready for the next event. So thanks to Quentin and his staff for making that transition smooth. We are working right now with the census group as they come to our town and talk about the 2020 census. This is a group of people you put together, and they ask you or tell you to grab people of certain departments and certain positions to put around the table to kind of oversee the census process to make sure that they're doing the right process. And I'll talk more about that next month on who's on that committee and how that actually works in that oversight. We're excited to have the governor that came, Governor Bill Lee, and the Commissioner of Agriculture and Commissioner of Tourism for our farmers breakfast that happened during the fair, and excited to always have them in Wilson County. Had a chance to go to Dale Webb and make a presentation to our men's club and kind of give them a state of the county, as well as we set up 4 different initiatives that we have started here recently for people to be a part of, from the volunteerism group to Senior Rise, Drug Free Wilco, and the Homeless Coalition. And so they got to learn a little bit about what was going on there, and they kind of joined in with some of that process as well. We did have the Highland Heights Church groundbreaking, as Highland Heights will build their new church right across from Jimmy Floyd. We had that this month. Watertown Library celebrated 50 years of their existence, and had a great celebration there. Congratulations to Miss Pam and them. The Watertown Senior Citizens Group had a luncheon for the government employees of Watertown and also the elected officials of the county. So we thanks for them having us there, and the appreciation that happened. Mr. Joe Bond had open house for his new facility as he talks about an addiction office that he has started, and love for you to look at what he's got going on. He's done a great job with that. Bridges to Tomorrow also happened. Rhonda Martin took care of that and led that charge. It was a 2-day convention here as they brought people together to talk about homelessness from across the Middle Tennessee area. I had some great speakers, and I had a chance to be a part of that, as well as a lot of our staff did as well. Mike Jennings, the mayor of Watertown, had another annual 9/11 service, and really it was a joy to go up there and hear that presentation made by Mr. Tim Defender, who made the talk, and to be a part of that. Wilson County Vanderbilt, our new hospital, is continuing now in its full month of service going, and seems to be making great strides and great investments in our county. Sherry's run was a great day in Lebanon, and I know Mount Juliet had a great run as they had a celebration of Mount Juliet. So a lot of good things that have been going on. It's a busy time in Wilson County, a great place to live. That's why they call it the place to be, you might say. And again, thanks for joining us today and hearing what went on last month, and we look forward to talking to you again next month. Have a good day.